Akiva Balsam, welcome to Visionary Voices.
Thank you for having me.
Good to have you here today.
You know, when a kid first comes to our yeshiva, Waterbury, they actually let them do basically, steam out, and they don't do therapy a lot of times and whatever, and that's fine because the first step is that they refuse to talk to anybody. They're so hurt from the system or how people dealt with it, and they need to learn that for the first time in their life, you're in a place which trusts you. Like it's your life, you could do what you want. Like if this is what you want to be doing right now, we trust you. So,
people say out there in the community that, you just go to Waterbury in the first 6 months, 8 months, a year, or a year and a half. They don't do anything, they just let you chill, right. And they're not doing anything. And you're saying that that's beshita, that's a conscious decision on the part of Rabbi Kalish and the Hanhala, the administration,
100%,
to be able to give a person space, to be able to allow them to feel what?
So the first step is that, the way our society sometimes treats a teenager is that he's a little kid. And little kids has a totally different chinuch than teenagers. And the reason why the kid's ending up in Waterbury is because he's rebelling against a parent that's trying to robot him, to make him a robot and mold him into their vision of what he needs to be. And the kid's deep down screaming because he knows that that's not me.
When the system that people are involved with, 13, 14, 15 years old, 16 years old,
right.
in the regular yeshiva day school system,
right.
What's happening in that system which is causing people to feel disaffected?
Right. So I want to clarify, but my personal opinion is that it's not like the system is doing anything wrong per se. I don't know. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. I'm not versed well enough in what's going on there out in the world. I know a little bit. I think everybody's good people and everybody runs their yeshivas in a different way. And I think for some kids it works. And for some kids they're fine with it. They're able to feel themselves and they want to be learning Gemara all day or whatever the system's trying to teach them or molding them, so to speak. So, hey, if you want, that's a great place to sign up to, right? But what happens is when you have a kid that is screaming, I don't want, right? And then all of a sudden he's developing all of these problems like ADHD and all of these random and plus 10 other OCD. Every guy that's got ADHD has 10 other things, by the way, just letting you know. They have depression, OCD, anxiety, and impulsiveness, and all, right? It's all garbage, by the way, in my personal opinion. It's called somebody that...
Explosive personality disorder. They explode, right? All that kind of
Explosive, yes, yes. It is called a person screaming from the depths of his soul, saying, get me out of here. This is not me. I don't want this. Now, it's very difficult for the parents because that's not the system and they're not used to that. And every other 14-year-old, 15-year-old, whatever, is doing this. So how will I look? And what is he going to do? How are you going to keep him busy? What's going to look like? And the water, I'm saying Rabbi Kalish's shita, I think, if I have it correct, is that that's not your responsibility at this point. Your responsibility is to support and love your kid no matter what, but he's becoming a man. That's what's happening. And this kid is saying that, no, I want to start living my dreams, not yours. And in a certain sense, he needs to figure that out himself, and he's allowed to. Like, let him make mistakes. You can't helicopter your child. You are going to create a robot of yourself. Is that what you want?
A clone of yourself.
A clone, right? Is that what you want?
So kids become the so-called nachas machine, and if a child does not produce the top scholar or top learner in yeshiva, and he's like a good boy going the regular way, parents feel upset, hurt, the nachas is not coming, and they don't know what to do. So it's their reaction, you're saying their reaction to the child trying to find himself is causing a child to feel like he doesn't belong.
Right, it exaggerates what's going on. That's the biggest problem. When the Rebbe freaks out and the parent freaks out and now the child feels like he's a piece of trash, right? And then he mamish goes to the depths and he's like, he just gives up at a certain point. And that's usually when he goes all the way down, and then we pick him up. But we know that when we pick him up, we can't tell him what to do. We're not even going to try. We're not even going to tell him to go to Lost Camp probably at that point, unless he wants. That's totally up to him. You know what I mean?
He's not ready for Lost Camp.
Yeah,
he's got to heal,
right,
and be allowed to be and to chill,
right,
and to find his own space first.
Exactly.
Then he can make a decision.
Right, right. But so what Waterbury does is set up an environment which says we love you no matter what. That's all they're trying to say. So there's a base medrash with people with a ton of smiles and open hugs waiting for you when you come to our shiur. You come to Rabbi Kalish's shiur one day, he's gonna like, I'm gonna buy you a big, I'm so proud of you. Like I came one day, you know what I mean? And he's all over him and he'll speak about, he makes them feel like a million, and he taka holds the kids $1 million, but he shows them that it doesn't matter. Like this is where you're at, you're doing exactly what you need to be doing and you're exactly where you need to be in life. And he starts making them feel worthy. And they
So
start
now
feeling
I
like a mensch
understand
again.
Rabbi Kalish, when Rabbi Kalish says, when I see a fellow Jew, a fellow Yid, I see the greatness of a child, of a person, of a human being, of a Jew, I am so enamored with it. It's because that person has shown up and has decided to become himself.
We as the educators, the Rambam says we have to be mechabed our talmidim. Hilchas Talmud Torah Perikei Halacha Yud Beis, very important Rambam. We have to be mechabed, real. A mechanic will tell a 15-year-old child, the child asks reshus for something. The mechanic says, I give you reshus, have your parents text me. That's a tremendous, you just told the child you're a liar. Tell the child to ask his parent and then trust him. Show trust in our children. Believe in them. Be real chashivus. A human being is amazing. Too easily we strip, you lost my trust. Don't take away your trust. Okay, even once, twice, 10 times, don't take away your trust. He's a child. Trust. Give your trust liberally. They deserve the trust. Haboicher ba'ama Yisrael ba'avas, going on him. Believe in our children. Insert chashivos, tremendous chashivos. It's not a crisis management. It doesn't resolve, and certainly we need other techniques. But chashivos of a person is a must bismanenu. It can't be taken for granted like perhaps it could be in earlier dairas. The two major forces that are fighting us, the extremists that don't believe in human life, and the access to things, both strip away at the chashivos of a person. The dignity, the glory, this preciousness of a yid.
Yes.
That's what he's seeing.
Exactly. And
Right?
in a way, even more than a guy sitting in yeshiva. That's not to say, chas v'shalom, every guy in yeshiva should go like explore the world. Like, you have to be very true to yourself, you know, and...
But do you have a mind, do you have a soul, do you have a dream, do you have a personal she'ifa to become something that of your choosing, of your bechira?
Right.
So in a certain sense, not to be blasphemous, but in a certain sense, people who are following the regular way, that's good, that's terrific. They're following the system of the Gemara system, yeshiva system, and we have Talmidei Chachamim, and we need people who are going to sit and learn and become the Rebbeim. When a child does not fit that system, he's looking for himself. It's not that he's bad or that he's not making it, rather he's searching for himself.
Right.
And Rabbi Kalish sees that, and Waterbury sees that, and helps nurture that.
Right. Yes. Yes.
Wow. So that's what we're missing in society, I believe.
Yeah.
What you're saying is in society, we're missing that individuality, that uniqueness, that amelus of a person developing themselves, and we're afraid of it. Perhaps, I'm just thinking as you're speaking, perhaps when we see that in a child, we panic within ourselves. It's an inner, emotional, psychological, subconscious panic within myself saying, why am I not searching for my own self? Maybe it scares me as a Rebbe, as a teacher, as an educator, mechanech, psychologist, to say, hey, this person is searching for himself. I deep down also want to search for myself, but I can't. What can I do? I'm in the system. I got to follow the system. Okay, I learn Gemara, I get married, I have kids. But there's as Thoreau said, all men live lives of quiet desperation.
Yes.
And that's the quiet desperation of a man and a woman trying to find themselves. What is your role at Waterbury Yeshiva? What's your title?
So I run kind of like a club. I don't know if it's official class, but it's like an extra curriculum or extra class that anybody wants. It's not a class even, it's a club kind of thing. We have a crazy studio in Waterbury, and it's got a green screen room, it's got computers and everything you can imagine. And it's a clubhouse. It's like there's a couch, there's chairs, so it's a chill zone. So it attracts guys that want to either chill or that want to actually learn the art of videography, acting, script writing, video, how to shoot video, professional video, lighting. So there's a lot to learn. And kids come for different reasons, every kid. You know, some kids are just coming to chill, and some kids are actually serious, like, hey, I want to see if this is something that I'll get into. And Baruch Hashem, over the years, we've had some kids that have become basically basically professional at this point, and are very, very talented and creative. But the program's not approached as a class setting where, hey, everybody, you must do this, homework for tonight, this and that. It's a total chill. We just write scripts, we shoot them, we edit them, we put them on YouTube. We have a channel called Kosher Vids. You could check them out.
What's up, people? And thank you so much for being part of the Kosher Vids team. I mean, this is amazing. This year has been amazing. We have literally taken this thing to the next level with the help of Hashem. I mean, just look at this. Look at this studio. This is amazing. And we just plan on going further and getting better and better and better and better. So stay with us for the process. Over the past year, we had a really good time and had some really, really funny moments and also some good special effects. So we wanted to show you the best of the best from year 2019, and here it is.
Avi?
What?
Did you see the salt shaker?
No. Hai veduto e vissuto con te, adesso sì rivivrò con te, partirò su navi per mari che io lo so, no, no, non esistono più, con te io li rivivrò, con te partirò.
Baruch Hashem, we have over 1 million views, and we've been shown all over the world in different classrooms. We've been broadcast on television. There's a couple different genres that we have in Kosher Vids. We post them all on the YouTube channel. Some of them are serious, some of them are not. Everything's usually got some twist to it. You know, I have a little bit of a convoluted sense of humor, so it always shines through. But we have comedies, and we also have serious ones. We also have halacha videos, educational videos. And now we're actually working on a series called The Jewish Jedi, which is a play on Star Wars, the Jewish version, obviously using the kaiches of Hashem to change people's lives and save Klal Yisrael, stuff like that. It's really cool.
You could say that the stars, the Star Wars would be the kochvei shamayim, the kochos of mispar hakochavim, like the stardom of each star. Each person is a star, right?
Okay,
that's the real Star Wars. The real Star Wars is the stardom of each
the preciousness
light, right?
of every yid.
Right, that's right.
Right, that's a deep meaning of Star
Kikoch
Wars.
v'yashamayim, right? You're going to be count them like the stars. Doesn't mean count the number of stars. It's the brightness of each star.
Yes. You give the guys a process and you put some meaning. We have a big sign in the studio that says, "We change lives." And everybody knows I all day long, like they walk in, and it's funny because that almost has like nothing to do with what we're doing, but lives are changed through the process. You could talk to many guys that just stick with it, and if you hang out with us, we're a healthy group where you can open up. There's no phones, like you put away your phone when you walk into the studio. You put away your phone, so it's a moment. Any situation that we're in, they're social, they're opening up, they're discovering, and they're also giving themselves a chance to try a little bit of a process, which is difficult. It's very hard to edit and shoot videos. It's a very difficult process. I'm sure you know these productions that you do. Through that process, if they're able to keep it through and finish a project, come out the other side and be like, hey, that felt pretty good. Let me try another one. And then they try another one. And it doesn't have to be they'll become a videographer. It has nothing to do with that. We change lives. Like, they now learned the art of the process, celebrating the process itself. They'll take it wherever they go and be successful.
Oh, hi. How's it going? Sorry about that. Just cleaning up. You know why? Because today is Janitor Appreciation Day. What's Janitor Appreciation Day? Today is the day when we appreciate janitors.
I think my janitor's super cool.
Did you ever hear someone say that a certain janitor is lazy, he's grumpy, doesn't do his job well? Well, you know why he's saying that? Because he has no idea how it feels to be a janitor.
That's right, I used to say stuff like that, but not anymore. You know why? Because I tried it. That's right. A bunch of years ago, I signed up to ShopRite, and for months, I spent stocking shelves, slicing meat, mopping the floor, cleaning the dishes, slicing the meat. Yep. It was so repetitive and so hard that sometimes I found myself getting into a really bad mood on the job. So bad that I couldn't even crack a smile to my customers. From then on, I decided that I will never make fun ever again because I understand where they're coming from. So please be more appreciative to your janitor and say thank you for cleaning that up.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, in honor of Janitor Appreciation Day, we're gonna make some janitors look cool.
There's that pathetic janitor right there that does nothing all day.
No. We should give this guy some work to do, you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Hey, Mr. Janitor. Got some work for you to do over here. Go clean that.
Yeah, I wonder how much that dude makes an hour.
Hey, I'm from Kosher Vids. Are you ready for your life to turn around? Yeah. Go check out your shed. We got some goodies for you.
If this is not their calling, I don't care. That's not what Kosher Vids is about, you know, in Yeshiva. It's about just teaching people, hey, here's a project, just finish it. just do this project. Do a process and celebrate. Let's see how you feel afterwards.
Produce something.
Produce something.
Put effort into
Yes.
it. Work on it.
Yeah.
Think about it. Process it. Develop it. And when they come out saying, "Hey, I produced this video. 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. I accomplished something."
Exactly.
I think that's the word that you're looking for in terms of process, is not result or goal, but accomplishment. I accomplished something. I did something with my life. My son Yehuda told me that there was a seminar that you ran at Waterbury Yeshiva where everyone has to go outside and do something outlandish, where they have to wear their shirt backwards, or they have to wear their pants backwards outside, or they have to do something unusual to be able to handle the unusual in life. Can you describe that?
Yeah, so if just a little bit of a background, I've gone to many seminars and workshops all over the world. I'm a seminar junkie, so to speak, I guess. I don't know the exact numbers, but I'm a big landmark guy, and I actually started with Rabbi Yom Tov Glazer. I really love that. So he has it now. It's called The Possible. I highly recommend it. Very, very special. It's a 1-2 punch. You go there for a week or however many days he does it for now, and it's very, very powerful. And I've been doing that work ever since I went to his seminar. I was like checking out many different, and I love it. I just love group therapy, so to speak. And I also love that it's like a 1-2 punch. I love they give you like homework and exercises, and like everybody's doing it. So like, okay, I'm gonna do. You get work done through these workshops. That's what a workshop is. Work gets done. So the problem of going to a therapist or something is you're gonna go work on something, and he's gonna suggest something to you, and God forbid he's gonna say like, do it, or else you say, I'm not coming back. That's just not the nature of what's going on. When you're in a group like this, it's not even about that they're telling you must do it. You're watching your buddy that's struggling with the same stuff that you have, and because he's your buddy, right? And he just, did the exercise that they're saying to do, and he feels amazing afterwards. And you're like, what? This is a cool thing to do? It does help? Oh, okay, I'm gonna try. So you're learning by example, and you're learning from the energy of the group. So everybody's like supporting each other. That's the power of group workshops and stuff like that.
It's called experiential therapy, where the group therapy is doing something with group dynamics, team dynamics, where you feel a synergy and energy in the group, and that you feel like you're strengthened by the group energy. So you run this, let's say, an 8-week program or a 5-week program of doing these group dynamics?
I used to do many more. Lost Camp turned into a certain version of the workshop, and that's an extended, meaning we have daily workshops where we're doing little snippets, basically, of different various workshops. But Lost Camps, there's a trip. This is part of the trip. The workshops is 3 days in yeshiva. When I do the real deal 1-2 punch, it's 3 days, intense, anywhere from like 5 to like 8-9 hours a day.
And you run that now in Waterbury Yeshiva?
It's only once a year though.
Once a year?
In El, yeah.
In Elul?
In El, a Sarsi Yeshiva we usually do. And it's very, very intense, but it's amazing. Like guys come out on fire. Like many lives have been changed in just 3 days, in a literal way. And I know, like there's always ups and downs, whatever. But there's something they saw about themselves, of who they could be, and it really rips through all the layers of how you cover yourself up and hide yourself and numb yourself, and
So this idea of doing something outlandish, describe that for me. What do you do outlandish that you have to? That exercise where you have to do something which is unusual outside the box.
Yeah, sure. So it's not my idea. The Navardic used to also do that. The Navardic used to do some wild things. They used to walk into a shop, 7-Eleven, let's say, and say, hey, do you sell shoes? And the person would be like, no. Why are you asking that? It's like, oh, sorry. I actually have a funny story in Baltimore. One of my craziest ones, I was in Baltimore, and I'm sure you know this bagel shop. I think it was Goldberg's.
Goldberg's Bagels,
I think it was that one. So I'm in there, and I walk out with a toilet paper stream. This is very extreme. but I walked out. I'm not sure
with toilet paper hanging out from your...
Yeah, like full thing. I'm not sure if it was Yehuda. It could have been your son that was with me at the time.
He told me that it was, and I didn't want to bring it up because I thought it may be too embarrassing, but you're telling me the story about...
So he might have even been the guy I was with. I'm not sure.
And there was a piece of toilet paper strailing from your pants?
Yeah, from the back. From the backside, yeah. So a total disaster, right? And my friend starts like, Akiva, yo, come here, quick, stop. And I go straight to order the bagels, and I'm ordering the bagels. People are passing by, and he's freaking out. He's like, Akiva, stop for a second. I got to tell you something. There's something really embarrassing right now. And he's trying to tell me, and I'm pretending like I'm not listening. So I'm like drawing it out. And then I order my bagel, this and that. And then he says, Akiva, I'm sorry. I don't want to embarrass you. I feel bad telling you this, but I must because you're going to be super embarrassed. There's toilet paper stringing from your back. You didn't clean up properly when you went to the bathroom or whatever. And I'm like, oh, shoot, thank you so much. And I never told him that I did it on purpose. And I took it away. One of the most powerful moments in my life.
Why?
One of the most powerful.
What did it do to impact you?
It rips away layers because...
Literally
yeah,
ripped away.
yeah.
Ripped away the paper, right?
Yes, that too.
Right?
But it rips away layers of our persona, of our numbingness, of who we truly are, and just trying to conform and look good. Now, there are purpose. Sometimes it's good to be part of the group. That's a great thing. It says that Rabbi Kiddush always talks about. It says Klal Yisrael are by shanim, but all that means we're people that are embarrassed from one. But all it means is that we're embarrassed when we do something wrong. We're embarrassed to do something wrong because we're part of a group. But it's gone to the total opposite extreme where we're embarrassed to do something right. That's not by shanim. We're embarrassed to be ourselves. That's not by shanim. It's the exact opposite. In fact, it's brought down in Shulchan Aruch that when you wake up in the morning, go and get him, and don't be scared what the naysayers will say. Don't listen to all those people that are going to try to hold you back and keep you down and not have you be... Go get him. That's what it says. It's almost exactly what I'm saying. And that's what we're talking about over here, is that we live in a society that wants to live as robots and wants to conform because it's the easiest and you don't want to cause any friction and God forbid, and we all full of shame and stuff, so we don't want to truly have the challenge of living true to ourselves and ripping away all those layers. But if you just do, you with the right mindset, if you take a moment and purposely do something, get rejected. How did that feel? Nothing. Like, they didn't really care. I didn't really care. You're playing a game. You're trying to live other people's perception, and there's nothing behind that. They don't really care. You don't really care. So be big. What are you doing? It is not dangerous. We're so scared to put ourselves out there because it'll be dangerous. What are they going to think? They're going to reject this and that. It's too much friction. I don't want to face all that. I'd rather just stay comfortable and cover it all up. Make a certain personality that's not really who you're going to act a certain person that's not you. A small. Rip that away for a couple moments and see what's there. That's what we do in the summer. It's the most powerful thing. To put it into action is the craziest thing. To put it action. Walk into a bank and ask them for a $30,000 loan, even though you have zero credit score. It's happened. Rabbi Yom Tov talks about this. He's had a guy that asked him like $25,000. And he was in the group, and he's been in Koil and he's struggling like crazy, and he needed a loan like crazy. He had zero credit score. The bank's not going to give him that amount of money. He goes to the seminar and they're like, do something crazy and get rejected on purpose. Go ahead, see what's behind it. He goes there expecting, okay, I'm just doing this to get rejected and take power in my life or whatever. And the guy looks at him and he's like taken aback. He's like, what's your credit score like or whatever? And he's like, zero. I never borrowed. I never had any money or had anything else I needed to borrow money for or whatever. I don't have any credit score. So he goes, let me get this straight. You just walked into my bank. They called the manager over, right? And he goes, you just walked into my bank with zero credit score, right? And you're asking me for a $30,000 or $25,000. I forgot the exact amount, somewhere around that. And he's like, yeah. The guy was so taken aback by somebody that had the guts to just walk like that. He's like, get into my office. He gave him a $25,000 loan with zero credit score, just because he's just like, this is the most powerful human being I've ever seen. Like, who does that?
A guy who has the guts to do that will find a way to get the money back and pay me back the loan.
Oh,
right?
That too. That's
what he thought. He said, if a guy has that guts,
yes.
that power of an inner power to say,
right.
I have the guts to not fear rejection, he'll be the guy who's going to find the way to pay that money back.
Yeah. And I just want to say one more thing before we close on this, that we all view that we're kind of stuck in a little corner and that the world's this dangerous place that's very hard to maneuver and we can't maneuver. Like, there's no way I could get $25,000. It's just not how the world works. We have a false perception of the world. It's actually pretty easy. If you inside believe in yourself and you're being powerful, the world will move for you. Everything will just move aside. And you see this, anybody that believes in themselves, they just say miracles are starting to happen to me. I don't get it. But people see it, people feel it, you feel it, the world responds accordingly, and the world moves. You'll see that all of your dreams are actually possible, And maybe not the same exact way you thought of it, doesn't matter. The basic idea of what you're trying to get at, Hashem makes a way. But you got to be true to yourself and live your dreams.
So let me live my dream right now, and we'll close with this.
Yeah.
I'm going to do something outlandish,
Yes.
and outside the box,
Yes.
and be absolutely wild
You're
and
going to
crazy.
do a handstand.
No.
Okay.
Can I work with you and open up an adult lost camp for adults over 40, for a men's group and then a separate women's group, to go on a lost camp with you for 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, whatever it is, and we're going to go and find ourselves.
Feeling my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart. I can't tell where the journey will end, but I know where to start. They tell me I'm too young to understand. They say I'm caught up in a dream. Well, life will pass me by if I don't open up my eyes, so that's fine by me. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost.
The most intense ascent of our lives here in Guatemala, in the middle of the Selena rainforest. You see that piece of dirt? You only see that in New York. You gotta go to Guatemala for that. Listen, we started this, we're gonna finish what we started, even if we don't like it. We proud ourselves at the end.
I could stay forever this young, not afraid to close my eyes. Life's a game made for everyone, and love is the prize. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. I didn't know I was lost.
What do you say?
A zillion percent.
Akiva
Yes.
Balsam, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
Great to have you here from Waterbury Yeshiva. You got up this morning at 5:45 with your group and came here today.
Yes.
And we thank you so much
We
for
have the
driving all the way
film crew.
and being part of our group and being in an interview today of visionary voices.
Yes.
Akiva Balsam,
Thank you.
Visionary Voices. Thanks
Thank
for
you
coming.
very much.